we are live. Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome to motherfucking. I got no energy. You a bitch ass looking motherfucker. Hey, welcome everybody. Yeah. Oh, hey, what do you want? What do you want?
Wow, man, come on.
Yeah. Well, I've got to put them through the ringer first. It's normal. Welcome everyone to the Cosmic Taverns podcast. We haven't done this in weeks. But to be fair, I have no excuses. Okay, actually, somewhat. It's that weird thing of like
no time.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, no time. I thought I was gonna have more time when I started this podcast, and then I got the second job. I was like, oh shit, there is no time, like actually. And there's also just like a week or two where I just got lazy, and I was like, I don't feel like Katsu. But that was like the first week or two that we skipped it. So we're like, oh, this will be fine. We'll just get to it next week. It'll be fine. And then another week passes. We got to do Katsu, man. Another week passes. We really need to do Katsu. The next week passes.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do Katsu? Are they alive?
Yeah. So for everyone to know this, as this is kind of an important thing to note, Katsu is not the only campaign that I'm running through my world right now. In fact, there are a few others that are going on. So the world keeps moving. So I have to make sure that this campaign, I've got it set in a certain time. It doesn't like, okay, so we're gonna have conflicting information in the timeline.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we actually have to kind of keep it somewhat rolling. So that's slightly on me and slightly on him. Mainly slightly on me.
It's fine, mainly because they haven't left the town.
Yeah, we haven't left the town, so we've just kind of been able to pause the timeline. Also, for anyone who is watching, currently we are live. For the people on YouTube, this is going to be pre-recorded. It'll be uploaded raw onto YouTube because I want everything to kind of just be done. So all the music, everything will be done live. I'm testing this out to see what works better because the problem for before was that with me working 2 jobs now, I don't really have time to do any editing, so I really don't know what time I'm going to have. We also have Chris here, who's kind of just listening in the background, so if you hear a random dog yipping, yappy, or you hear the man scream, yep, there he is. If you hear a man screaming because of Sonic Chili Dogs, that is because Chris is here. Yes.
Sonic Chili Dogs.
Sonic Chili Dogs. And if you hear...
What the fuck are you on, Nit?
You heard me. And if you hear a giant cat yelling at Acrid for some reason, or you hear Acrid cry for help for some reason, you know his girlfriend's here. She's really sweet. Say hi. But no, Anya's also here. She's listening. So she's an absolute vibe to have here. For any comments that happened during this live stream, I would not be reading any comments within this time being. So sit back, relax, have a good time, grab some popcorn because I know I have popcorn, and it's D&D time. I think that's pretty fair to say.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair.
Oh yeah, I'm Nitsify, by the way, and this is Acrid.
Hi, we exist.
Well, okay, he does. I don't. I kind of evaporated myself, but that's not the point.
Yeah, you're not. You're like kinda real, man.
Yeah, I mean, it really counts who you ask, but you know, you got the idea.
Yeah. So, continuing where we were at, Katsu managed to get his heart, for everyone to remember. Katsu managed to convince, but barely, he managed to persuade his good friend Ronrick and Mia to join him on his adventure.
Yeah,
is the best way to put it. His business. But he does not follow the Eldritch Goddess. That is an important distinction to make.
Immediately, straight away, we have had a connection problem. So, business and then cut.
This is gonna go great.
This is gonna go perfectly for everyone.
Yes. So, he started a business venture with an Eldritch Goddess. However, he did not completely follow her, which she wasn't too fond of, but she did find interesting. So Katsu's still alive. That's the good news.
Yeah, I didn't get nuked into oblivion with an atomic bomb.
Yes, blood bomb.
Now, whether someone's following me is a different question because I've got no damn idea what those followers of hers, but it's there.
Yeah, you rolled like a 6 to be able to see if they were watching you as you were walking around through town. So you had no idea where they were.
Katsu's just paranoid.
Yeah, there's a shot he's just paranoid, to be honest. But Mia did manage to grab her friend Enola, who she does not have a class. She's got 4 hits she can take and a dream.
Yeah.
And until they reach a town, she will not be able to regain any hit points. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair.
That puts people like her and everyone else, any performers at slight severe risk if they can't actually fight.
Yeah.
But you've got everyone who are supposed to guard them. That's why they exist.
But yeah, we've got Mia who is the like half Khajiit, half human who wields a maul. You got
she is a half to. You've got a half tabaxi. You have a half tabaxi, a tanuki, and a Khajiit Lupin.
Yeah. 2 of them are
who
rangers.
has no loyalties.
Yep. We have 2 rangers and a barbarian.
This is a party that does in fact breathe.
Only on weekends, though. Only on weekends.
Yeah,
Let's
only
make
on
that very,
weekends. Yeah,
make that very clear. Like, not on Tuesdays.
Yeah,
Tuesdays,
only...
Fridays is a no-go. Sorry.
Yeah. But continuing onwards, as they would leave town that early in the morning, because this is like the grew up and he's not gonna do his business here because the locals here do know his name. They will know him. And they will be questioning. He does want to avoid that.
I don't want old man Jenkins questioning me and then being disappointed in me and then telling my mom. Like, I don't need that.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly want the he doesn't want the few stores that he does know to judge him severely.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
What?
Oh, okay, that'll be fine. I cannot find the information that I put down the places that were here, but they will continue on. So I'll need to find out something.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's not. So yeah, as they would leave, how's the day going? So the day. Okay, yeah. So the first day of travel is pretty simple.
Yeah.
Mia is like sitting next to Katsu as he's like driving the carriage because someone has to drive it. Eventually they'll be able to hire like a actual driver.
Yeah.
For now it's just Katsu who drives it, or he can hand it to Mia. That's kind of up to him. I don't know if he trusts Mia to be nice to the horse.
He wouldn't. He would. Mia broke a tiefling's nose. I wouldn't trust her. I'm also a ranger. I have animal handling. Yeah, let me deal with that. I have the +5. Let me handle that.
Yeah. Ronerick does not have. It's that weird thing of he does not have that animal handling. His thing was more into basically like intimidation and nature and other things of that instance and athletics.
Yeah.
So he's not much for animals either, mainly because he hunts them down. So it's that weird thing of he's not an animal tamer. He won't tame an animal. He'll just shoot it.
Well, as long as he doesn't shoot the horse, because if he shoots the horse, he's pulling.
Yeah, he won't. He wouldn't pull. He just walk away.
What the hell?
No, he just leaves y'all. Just abandons the whole party.
Put on the collar, man.
Yeah. So Ronrick is sitting on top of the carriage, just like sitting there cross-legged.
Fair enough.
Because he doesn't really feel like walking. And Enola is inside the carriage. She took the front, like the front room. So if you bang on the door, like bang on the wall to alert, like, hey, something's happening.
Yeah.
For Enola specifically, she wouldn't have to roll. But if you get other performers, they would actually have to roll to hear.
Fair
like
enough.
they would. It's an advantage perception because it's banging, but they still actually have to roll.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
So they can like shut their internal doors. That's kind of why he would want to warn them, so they can actually like. It's like someone breaks in through the first door. Now they've got to pick a door to open or try to open.
Yeah. I don't know why, but my brain went to, right as you said internal, my brain was going to go to, they can lock their internal organs. I was like, my brain, and then you said that, I was like, that makes a lot more sense than trying to lock your internal organs, because I don't know how that would work. Don't give me the dead silence.
That is fair.
Don't just...
Oh, yeah, no. Just dead silences you.
And then just tries to move on and just pretend it didn't fucking happen.
I'm slightly disappointed in you, man. I'll be honest.
What the
like,
hell?
Come on, man.
What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? What the hell?
What the hell?
Also, Ronrick, whenever you would see that Ronrick as a little like background thing, you guys to notice. Ronrick is like he's using like a mix of like twine and like a little bit of tree sap that he's gotten.
Yeah.
To like reinforce his arrows, so
Okay.
there's less chance for them to break as they impact something.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's one of those things like he'd probably do it to Katsu's arrows too if Katsu asked, because it's I think if Ronrick's just sitting there, he's not he's not gonna worry about it. So if he reinforces all of his arrows, it's I think of unless they hit something in the hard like stone, there's not really a chance for them to break.
Fair.
But if someone like smacks them with a sword, okay, yeah, they're breaking. That arrow's gone.
It's fair enough. I can see Katsu probably talking to him about it, seeing if he could do it. Because Katsu hasn't really used his longbow since the day he bought it. So it's more a thing of like he would see that he'd be like,
fair.
I'm gonna break my arrows a lot. I need whatever I can get.
Yeah. For Ronrick, because he's like gotten really used to placing his shots so his arrows won't break. Katsu's arrows have a slightly higher shot of breaking when he shoots, just because he's not used to shooting them in like particular areas to avoid them from breaking.
Yeah.
So it's that weird thing of like his DC to save his arrows is like too higher whenever he pulls them out of people or pulls them out of things. So it's like for Ronrick, it's like a DC 10. For you, it's a DC 12 dex check to save your arrow.
Fair enough.
So it's like it's slightly harder for you, but it's still that thing of like you're just pulling an arrow out. It's just you got to get used to it.
That's fair. That is honestly fair.
Yes. So I think of like he never had a reason to fight. Ronrick has been fighting for fun because he could.
Yeah. That is fair.
But yeah, the day would go by pretty calmly. If Katsu wants to talk to either Ronrick or Mia, he can. Or there's just a shot they're talking amongst themselves, or just all of them are talking. So yeah,
I think
the day's pretty calm.
Yeah. I mean, as of now, because they've only just embarked, I don't think there's too much for Katsu to really say to them. It's one of those things that, as of now, it would just be them kind of trying to discuss the plans out for the business itself. It's the thing, like, it's an idle small chat, so there isn't a reason for me to roleplay it, but it's that very obvious.
Yeah.
It's just like trying to figure out where they're gonna do, or what they're gonna do,
Yeah,
where they're gonna go, type of deal.
Yeah. So how much does? So do they have anything against? Yeah, no, that's pretty fair. Neither of them are like against stopping at Matlock.
Fair.
But it's just that weird thing of like, it's a small town that nothing happens in. Like Matlock is that weird town that like it just no one goes there and nothing happens there.
Yeah.
That's just the known thing about Matlock.
That's fair. Katsu would kind of just mention that, like, on the bright side, if nothing's constantly happening there and it's a rather dead town in that degree, then a form of entertainment that's traveling might just catch their attention more than what we might think.
They might be able to make a few more coins.
Yeah, it's more coins than what we have right now, and I've got a down payment to pay.
Yeah, he's made a bargain with an artificer. So whenever that thing gets finished, he'll have to start making like small payments towards her.
Yeah.
Which she's not. It's that weird thing of like she knows that he's gone to like start a business.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm not gonna be like super mean. Like I need 100 gold like a week. It's like, no. She's not gonna do that to him. It's like, yeah, it's like 100 gold, like a month is kind of like probably gonna be the charge rating she's gonna do.
Fair. I can pay that. Hopefully.
It's
Maybe.
also, but it's also gonna be like the total cost for the Warforge is probably gonna be about like 300. So if he just sends her 300 gold, that's his like
Fair.
guesstimation for like, because that's like a standard cost for like a Warforge to be built.
Yeah.
But because you're dealing with a Cryon Artificer, you're probably just gonna get a free ice Warforge just because she could. Like, so it's the most like, I want a normal Warforge. It's made of ice. Thanks, question mark. I didn't ask for this. Is the price higher because of that? No. Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Thanks for the free stuff.
By the way, just going to do a quick little reminder for those who don't know, Cryon is the god of ice.
Yes, he is a very stoic god.
Hey, kitty cat, yo, get off your brother. Don't bite him in the neck. You suck. You're interrupting a podcast, my dear sir. Do you know who I am? Do you? Okay, I got him off.
Did you know that you dream of D&D?
Yeah. Don't you know the future of D&D? We are the
You
future.
snored last night, and I've heard you mumble something about Cryon.
I believe it.
Can
That is
we
the
out
only
Acrid
word
on
that
the
I could
podcast?
clearly make out.
We're live, woman. No, it's fine. It's one of those odd things out of all, like, Cryon is a very stoic god. He does not, but there was a recent calamity where the god of fire died, and because it was like the god of fire was ironically like best friends with Cryon.
The god of
Cryon
ice.
got a bit, he got a bit pissed and kind of like half froze the world. So that was fun for people to live through.
Yeah. I mean, hey, on the bright side, people who had tropical weather finally got to experience some snow for once in their life. Hey.
Yes, they got to experience -2 degrees.
Yo, isn't that great, California? You finally got something. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I know, like, in, like, the desert region of my world, it was, like, I think, like, -60 in the day.
Huh.
Like, it was bad for the desert. Like, they did not have a good time.
Yeah, dude, they did not have margaritas out and getting a tan.
No.
They were not getting that bread.
Continuing.
Yeah, continue on.
Just completely ignores your shit.
Eat my
Also,
popcorn.
yeah, Ronrick has brought with him his +1 war pick that he bought.
Woo. I hope he did.
So
I mean, he wasted money on that.
So he got that, as you guys would continue on as the day would go by, pretty much just fine. Like, you're just leaving like the end of the road town, so you're not gonna run into a ton of people.
Yeah.
But if you do, you're probably gonna run into someone from the Feywilds. As for those that do not remember, the Pathstow is like that one, like the end of the road town, and they're also like bordering the Feywilds in my world.
Yeah.
So it's like the Feywilds is like a day.
Yeah.
Like, it's only a day east. Like, it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that far away.
Like, and it's that thing of like the road kind of curves away from the Feywilds, but Pathstow itself is only like 4 hours away from the Feywilds. Like, you had like very strong creatures just hanging out like 4 hours away.
Yeah.
But it is not uncommon for Feywild's creatures to cross the border and enter the Dara Dynasty, which has its own measures of problems that can pop up.
Yeah.
But yeah, people have a tendency of making sure that those creatures don't stick around too long because they don't want them making a home out of the Dara Dynasty. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, no, that would honestly be a problem. Yeah,
It's like the Dare Dynasty people are not equipped to deal with colossal vipers. I'm sorry, that's not
Yeah.
exactly in their repertoire to deal with.
Yeah, not really, not really.
Man's walking around with a katana and a dream.
I'm walking around with a bow and a dream. I'm not gonna have much shot with that either.
At least you can stay at range for a turn until it gets to you.
Yeah. I mean, you right on that one. You right on that one, Chief.
But continuing.
Yeah.
Okay, so the night would go by. It's pretty quiet.
Okay.
Not much happens.
Okay. I
On
poke
to-
Mia and I run away. And that's my night.
Okay, how does Mia react to
Oh
this?
God, no! Wait.
Okay. Alright, Mia, roll it to hit.
Oh shit. Stealth. Stealth, Mark. Never mind. That one.
Okay. So you like start to run away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're like dashing, so you're moving at like 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would hear Mia get up, and then you just feel her tackle you as she dashes and uses feline agility. So
What the
she's
hell?
moving at 120 after you.
Why? I'm just gonna try and squirm out.
She tackles you,
Okay.
goes over you,
Oh, okay.
and then like rolls off of you. And just goes, "Don't poke me," and then walks away.
You just go, noted. Just like face in the dirt, just noted.
she walks away like, "If you're gonna do that, poke Ronrick. Try that." And then she walks away.
He's like, even I know not to do that one.
I'm gonna be honest. It's that thing of like she'd say that. You look over, Ronrick's like sitting against like the backrest of the carriage.
Yeah.
And you'd see like one of his eyes open as that's said because he heard his name, and he just goes, "Don't even try it," and then closes his eyes.
Fair enough.
Ronrick like never really like fully rests.
Yeah.
Like he's always in like when you guys are sleeping, he's like in a state of half rest.
Yeah.
So it takes him the full like 12 hours to get a rest. But
Wow.
he's awake. Like he can always wake up for anything
Fair
that
enough.
happens.
Fair enough.
And that would be the night encounter, is getting tackled by Mia. Nothing really happens that night either.
Fair.
As the next day would occur, as you guys would continue on through so the wind is blowing a bit heavier today.
Okay.
It's kind of a thing. So you
Can I
guys are
fly a
like
kite?
essentially. I mean, technically, if you have a kite,
Can I- Okay. I don't. Can I? No.
No, we're not doing this bit.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm not doing this bit. I refuse.
Yeah.
I, as a person, refuse.
It's fair. I gave up. I already gave up like halfway in.
Yeah. So, but you guys would see like essentially you guys are riding through like just a flurry of like pink leaves. So it's actually pretty like it's a pretty sight for you guys.
Hell
Essentially,
yeah.
you guys are watching like the sakura trees, which for those wondering, in the Dare Dynasty, like the vast majority of the trees are sakura trees. So there's pink leaves
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, basically sakura, like cherry blossom type of like trees. We love it. You love to see it.
Yeah. So as you guys are riding, there's just a lot of leaves like crossing in front of the path as you guys are going.
Yeah.
Any leaves? Yeah. So a leaf gets like caught up in
Okay.
Katsu's like ear.
Eh.
It's just a
Eh. I flick it off. There's the thing of like his ears go twitching aggressively to try and flick it off. He's trying not to let go of the reins for the horse.
Just Mia help. Does Ronrick help?
God.
Ronrick gets disadvantaged because he's not a very helpful person. He is the type of person to watch that because it's nothing if it's not inconveniencing enough for him to just view it as a problem. It's that thing of like, it's just a leaf, you can deal with it. If it was like a spider, he'd be like, okay, I'm gonna help you get that off.
Yeah. Fair.
But like, this leaf, like, perfectly caught, like, in the fur of her ear, or of his ear.
Yeah.
So it's the most just like, his ear is rapidly moving back and forth trying to get it out, and it just won't move.
You see him just kind of like tilt his head like downwards and then try to use his tail to get it off. Do not get off. Like, just, please.
It doesn't budge.
I can't let go of the reins.
Yeah, so Mia would eventually like reach across him because it's that thing of like, she sits on the right side, he's on the left.
Yeah.
So she has to reach across him and like reach like his like left ear and like pull the leaf out.
God.
Like it's so like that's why she didn't help originally, because it was like, I'm gonna be blinding you for like 10 seconds. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, fair.
It was just, I think, if she expected the leaf to not be so spiteful in not wanting to come out.
Ah, it's my fucking worst enemy. I hate treants now.
It's just a leaf.
It's my worst enemy.
Your worst enemy. Leaves.
Yeah.
Not even trans. Just leave.
Yeah. That wicked shrub's looking real shootable right now.
I honestly, the Ronrick agrees. They're good target practice as far as he cares.
Roderick, no, buddy, I don't mean that.
He does.
That's fucked. That thing has sentience.
Ronrick has a few creatures that he will like consider not shooting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most of them being people. But
well, I hope.
It's like he sees a person, I might shoot you on sight, but because you might be worth money, I won't.
God.
But it's that thing.
Hey,
he doesn't.
Hold on.
He does.
Cat's doing the same
Yeah,
thing
oh
again.
boy.
Yo, you know who I am? Do I have to restate myself? Yeah, you better run away.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, little baby man. Okay. So, yeah, Ronrick?
Yeah. So Ronrick does not have because of how little he has interacted with people. Like half of Pathstow, like the person who really knows him from Pathstow is like the butcher, but not like the butcher, Katsu, Mia, and then like a few other people in taverns know Ronrick.
I feel like
pretty
that
well.
Shade knew him.
Oh, that Shade knows him real well.
Yeah.
It's that thing of like the Shade knows Ronrick well enough where when Ronrick enters the tavern, the Shade just makes him his drink.
Fair
like Ronrick doesn't need to tell him what he wants.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, the Shade is the Shade that was running the tavern that Mia was running at. That's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
It was
he was a partial Shade. He was like a Shade Spectre. Like he was a very unique person.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah. You
it was that
mentioned
thing of yeah. It's that thing of like he wasn't completely a Shade technically.
Yeah.
But it was that thing of like he was on bordering becoming a Shade at any point, and it was that thing of like he could control when he became a Shade. It was like, what are you waiting for, bud? You're waiting to find someone so you can become a Shade.
I don't know, but I'm not gonna wait around and find out.
Oh, that's a good plan. Yeah, I mentioned it was like he started the business because he was like, I have time to wait. I'll wait.
The problem is, what is he waiting for?
Who knows?
Either way, back on track though. So I grab the leaf, I stab it several times, shoot it. I don't do that.
Yeah. So the rains have fallen, and
no.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mia like tosses the leaf to like get it to like she's like, go away, like stop.
Then
like
get stuck in Ronrick. I
No.
ah.
Does Roderick shoot the leaf for fun? Okay, he does. Roll it to... Oh my god. You would see as Mia, like, tosses the leaf.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see it, like, spin up, kind of as if she threw a target, which was completely unintentional. The wind did it more than her. And then you just see an arrow punch clean through the middle of the leaf. Like, just cutting it in half.
Fair.
And then you just see Roderick hop off the carriage and go find his arrow. He's like, I need to go get that.
Fair. Yeah.
That was worth it, but my arrow.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to retrieve that one, buddy.
Yeah. It's one of his, like, non-breaking ones. So yeah, he does need that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys would actually run into someone.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually you guys would see, as you guys would be walking, you guys would see someone who, like, they're, like, walking away from Pathstow.
Okay.
So you guys are, like, coming up behind them.
Yeah.
They are, you guys can't really see, they are wearing, like, a white hood, and they've got, like, almost, what's it called? It's like, it looks like glass, like, it almost looks like glass cloak. I'm trying, there's an exact name of it.
Like a transparent cloak? Like a translucent?
So it is a, like, do you know what it looks like when the glass that's usually in, like, some church windows that
like
have like that are broken up,
like a stained glass,
like stained glass,
like
stained glass.
Okay,
yeah. I was trying to remember what it was called. My brain was like, "You're not remembering this, even though you thought about this earlier."
Damn. That happened.
It just refuses. But you guys would see that like she's got like you guys can't really tell who it is or what it is.
Yeah.
But it is a person who is walking like away from Pathstow, and they are wearing like a white, like they're like have a white hood that has like a white cloak, and then like on top of that is like it goes like around their shoulders, is like a like stained glass like cloak. It like looks really weird, but it's like all like kind of like yellow.
Okay.
So yeah, as you guys would ride up, and you would see them like stop. Because I think they hear a carriage approaching.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Who do that?"
who do the do?
Yeah. So you would see a girl turn around, and you'd see a girl turn around.
Okay.
She is, and you guys also realize that what you thought was a like stained glass like cloak, are actually wings that she's just got like furled up right now.
Gotcha.
As she's got a white hood that goes on, she's also wearing like black black arm protection and like on like the center chest, and she's got a little bit of something that covers like the upper body, like her upper chest, but like there's not much else. She's not wearing the most, but her wings cover up most of her body. That is why is that pretty much like for her. You can pretty much tell that she is probably like either a half fairy or is like a like fairy. She's gone down some sort of magic path that has given her these wings, and she just uses them to cover up her body because why have extra clothing? And also getting clothing tailored so you can have your wings come out is like extremely expensive because they've got to make it in such a way so the wings can fully move.
Yeah.
So most people who have wings just wear the most minimalistic clothing that they possibly can.
Yeah. Honestly, it makes sense because it's one of those things where, like, that'd be a lot of money you'd have to spend every single time that, like, you mess up your clothing, like, with that type of stuff. If you have wings, like, on your back. Because all it takes is, like, one good flap for your wings to mess something up. Like, that's the other thing about that. So I understand
like,
that.
You're looking at, like at minimum 100, like, gold. Like, every time. And all it takes is, like, one good, like, sword slash.
Yeah.
To mess it up. So, yeah. She's also got, like, a couple, like, fairies. Like, a couple, like, butterflies that are flying around her. And she would turn around and, like, kind of look over at you guys.
Okay.
So you can, if you want to add any extra description that I missed,
Yes.
I feel like I got most of it.
So for those who don't know, Acrid basically sent a picture, but I don't really have a good way of showing the pictures. And normally when we make a lot of these NPCs, just go ahead and give you guys an idea in advance. A lot of these NPCs, we normally find pictures like on Pinterest, things like that, and then normally we kind of just get an idea of a character and kind of base it off those people.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we don't put these pictures out is because we don't really have a way of tracking down every single artist sometimes. There's a whole thing, and we want to make sure everybody gets credit, so we just describe it. But I'm looking at the picture right now. You're looking at a person who has like blonde hair. There's the white hood that's going over his head that Acrid mentioned before, with like these orange wings that seem to have like a gradient that seem to get lighter on the end bits. Like basically, it's starting at the beginning bits of the wings, it's like a brighter, and then it gets like into a darker orange as it goes outwards. You're looking at like sleeveless sleeves, if that makes sense, which is like those black sleeveless sleeves, as it does not connect to like a shirt, technically speaking, but it is there. So it connecting onto the ball bits of the shoulder and then going up all the way to the wrist. So basically just covering the entire arms, starting off black, and then as soon as it hits the forearm, it's going into more of a white linen type of like material by the looks of it. Probably more from like a cloth to a linen. With like two yellow buttons that seem to hold the white bit together. You're looking at like pretty short shorts, but again, considering with them having to deal with wings, it makes sense, and there isn't really a whole lot covering the chest. It's the best way to put it, but that is like all white clothing, and then there is like a small black like I don't know what to call this bit, but there's like a black bit that kind of covers like the stomach area, and then kind of hangs down a bit.
She's got like a cloth that would cover like the front of her like body, and it's all like she's got something covering that like the like should not be as revealing as possible is how we can describe the chest bit.
Yeah,
but she does have. You guys can tell that she does not have a weapon that you can see. Yeah, but she might be able to just make one out of like magic. That kind of what it looks like. That's kind of the energy y'all are getting from her.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of strikes me as a person who'd probably be something like, if she does have a class, she's probably like a cleric or something. That's my guess.
Yeah.
That's what she's there. Like, yeah.
Yeah. If you guys want to talk to her and maybe see if she'll join, that's an option.
I kind of already had that mindset. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah. She's just walking, so she's probably she might even just have walked over from the Feywilds. Like, there's an entirely a shot that she's from the Fey and just got bored.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean, Katsu, once she turned around, Katsu would have already kind of like been waving over to her, just saying like, "Hey, hello there."
Okay, okay, yeah. So she would wait for you guys to get closer, and you just hear her give like a very like quiet like, "Hello."
What are you doing here, traveling out by yourself? Not exactly the safest thing to do.
No, but it's definitely safer than the Fae.
You know, yeah, no, you're right on that. I'm not going to even argue with that. If you want to, you can travel with us for now. We have a caravan. We're just running a business, so it's nothing crazy, but.
No, a business?
Yes. Best way to put it, we sell services of people, if that makes sense. Basically a dancing entertainment, but it's a traveling form of it.
Well, that's quite interesting.
Yes.
Do you have room for more?
Well, as of now, we only have like one other coworker, and then we have our 2 bodyguards, and then myself, the owner. So
well, I can join as a kind of. I am. Well, she would explain that she is a cleric. You got it right on the spot. The kind of like natural insight. You were correct. She is a cleric.
Whoa.
She is a level 1 cleric.
Whoa.
She'd be willing to kind of be a duo.
Okay.
So she could do both.
Okay.
She is, due to the clothing she wears, she's kind of used to being essentially catcalled. She's gotten used to it.
Well, Katsu will not be doing that. So
yeah, it's that weird thing of like she just has a slight dislike of like a particular like group. Like she's like I don't like these type of tieflings. Moving on.
You'd honestly just go like, well, as far as you're with us, throughout the long run. You won't be dealing with that sort of thing as soon as the cat call you. I'm sure Ronrick will probably shoot them, and if he doesn't, I will. And if I don't, Mia will probably break their nose in.
Mia's just like, well, I'll chuck 'em all at him.
Yep. There's no doubt about that. By the way, name's Katsu. Katsu Ito.
She's like, you can call me Elora.
Laura. Well, glad to meet you, Laura.
Elora. So you guys would meet Elora Zilkari. Karen.
Zilkarin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the name. That's why I'm able to correct him and help him out with that.
Yeah,
I'm not being a dick.
For anyone wondering, one of my big struggles is dyslexia and also just a lacking in descriptions. Like my brain goes to the simplest way I can describe things because of my poor ability to explain myself oftentimes. So that's why I skip out on a lot of details, which is why Nitz often explains things for me, even though he's technically not the DM.
Yeah, and it's a thing like I will try my best as the player to help him out with that, as in the fact that I am colorblind, so I will try my best with the colors.
Yeah,
we're kind of covering both tables here.
Yeah, that's why I describe the colors, and he describes the people.
That's why, if it helps you, and with the whole wing thing. That's why I was like, the color, orange.
It's like yellow to like a slight orange. Yeah, you're completely right. It's like a white to yellow to orange.
Okay, cool.
Like the ones that also they like go to like directly into like her shoulder blades.
Yeah.
But they kind of curve downwards. Like some wings go up, hers go down. So they actually like cover most of her body as they're like fold in.
Pog. Okay. So she kind of uses her wing like a robe, basically, to a degree.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, she uses her wings to, like, cover up her body because she knows, she's like, I am wearing almost nothing. I'm gonna cover myself a little bit.
I mean, it's fair. I mean, Katsu can't really say too much. I mean, Katsu really can't say much. Yeah.
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 But this girl is a... Oh, yes. So she's a cleric. Fairy. She is a cleric, and she is a fairy.
Yeah. I swear, if you're some NPC, you're now just making this sheep, man. Because I'm hearing the clicking.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect you to run into her on the second day.
Oh, you know...
That's why I say that.
That is fair.
It was that weird thing about, I was like, yeah, she'll show up, like, day 4. I roll. She's like, hi. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm here.
You're here, I guess. You're here, I guess.
Day 3, Katsu gets murdered in cold blood.
By a bunch of tieflings.
Oh yeah, I want to roll a perception check to see if those people are still following me, because I don't know. You don't even know. Katsu would still be paranoid about that. Oh yeah, I have an advantage over perception. Wait, no, that's because I'm not looking for shinies. Did they have anything shiny on them?
Let me see. That's for her.
Because the shiny notice when they're shinies.
Okay, so the leader did. The leader like a gold wristband.
Okay, yeah. So I'd only
and
get
then
advantage
the
of
one,
the leader then.
And the one that you never got her name.
Gotcha. Well, the second
she had a silver necklace that she was wearing. Okay.
So here's the thing. I double checked. I was like, okay, I'm gonna roll the second because technically would have advantage on 2 people then. No, they all got the same number because the second roll for the advantage for those 2 specific people was a natural 3. So everybody technically just gets a perception of 17.
Okay, so let me. I will roll. Okay, so yeah, you wouldn't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's honestly he looks around. He's like, yeah, there's no one.
Are you paranoid? Are you paranoid still? Or are you? Okay, no, he thinks everything's fine. As far as he's concerned, everything's fine. As far as I'm concerned, everything's fine. But for all I know, I could be walking into a lion's den.
Yep.
It's like rolling a natural one for perception, but there's 13 mimics in that said room. Is there anything in the room? Not that you can tell. Am I the only one in the room? Am I? Are you?
Yeah. But so you would find out that she is a cleric of the Ablazed Soul. So she has a shot of being able to turn, like if she misses an attack, she can make it hit. And also she would reveal that she can make like essentially a radiant weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's much more of a radiant user. So if you guys run into a demon or something, she is gonna be really helpful. Like
Doe. I don't know what I was gonna say doe. For some reason, my brain went to doe.
God, good job, man.
Listen, man, I've been up since 5 a.m.
And you're gonna be up for 4 more hours.
I got 1 hour of sleep and then I go back to work.
Damn straight. You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
Get over it.
I'll just fucking deck the head chef tonight. Yeah, I said tonight I'm going to his house. Twitch, I mean it. Twitch, I didn't mean it. YouTube, I didn't mean it. I swear. Don't put no. Spotify, I didn't mean it. Actually, this isn't on Spotify yet.
Here on Cosmic Taverns, we do not condone home invasion.
But we do condone internet lag.
Yes.
I love. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure he said we do not condone home invasion.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh my god. I
am done with my popcorn.
Nice.
End
also,
of
her
podcast.
weapons roll off of her wisdom.
Awesome.
Yeah, her attacks roll off of her wisdom.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, Katsu throws it back and then dies. Where are we?
Walking.
Oh, yeah, we're walking, yeah.
Yeah, the carriage is gone. It's like, hey!
Shit, wait, Yavina, no, give it back.
She just removes the carriage.
It's like taking like something from like a kid and then dangling it like over their head, like haha. It's just floating in the air. There's a giant blood hand just dangling it. The draft horse is just dying. Oh god, no, that's a lot more morbid now that I'm thinking about this.
Yeah, no, and also the scary part is she could. She's entirely capable of doing that.
I know. I don't like it.
Suffer.
Don't. Pay for that.
You would also find out.
Yeah,
you would also find out that she has the languages she knows.
Yes.
As a little bonus thing, is she knows Common, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Yeah, well, I know Sylvan. I don't know Primordial though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
She's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh,
how'd you get them wings, bruv?
Naturally.
Damn.
Essentially, the weapon she uses, you'd kind of find out from her, is that they essentially work like moon sickles.
Okay.
That's essentially the weapon she uses.
Okay.
And she does dual wield.
Hog. Dual wielding is the way to
So
go.
it's that
using a sickle.
It's that kind of that sad fact of it's like, well, she doesn't technically have moon sickles, but they're there.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the weapon she uses.
Fair.
Oh boy, yeah. So she's got that number of people. Yeah. So yeah, you guys get her, and she would join your team. You didn't really. She was one of the weird ones of you didn't have to persuade her.
Yeah.
She really didn't have anything. She didn't have anything going on, so she was like, "Sure, I need something to do. I'm bored."
Yeah, it's one of those things like she has things going on for her looks, but she doesn't have anything going on with her life type of deal.
Yeah,
that's a
unfortunately
compliment,
for her.
but she doesn't exist, so that compliment means nothing.
You right.
That's for all you viewers out there. No, go fuck yourself. I don't want a relationship with you. Sorry, love you. Wait, no, fuck. Backpedal. Okay, anyways. So.
Yeah. So
That was during the
will
day
just-
of day 2, right?
Yeah, that was the day. That was literally just what you guys met her during the day. That was
Awesome.
the day.
Great.
So she has sickles. Those are her weapons.
We
She
have
has 2
Fairy
sickles.
Lady.
Yep, she wields 2 sickles, and they roll off of her wisdom. Run away.
Heck yeah. We
Because
love-
they're technically like radiant sickles. So if you
Yeah.
find someone that's resistant to radiancy, she is screwed.
Yeah. I mean, on the bright side, that means they're probably vulnerable to, like, necrotic. And clerics do have necrotic spells.
Yeah. But like her main thing is like her weapons that she
Yeah,
uses.
yeah, she probably won't. I don't even know if she would be the person to use with necrotic. Anyways.
Necrotic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her main shtick is probably she's got. You'd find out what she's got, but most of her stuff is right. She has Toll of the Dead, which is like her only necrotic spell,
Yeah.
which is a like cantrip.
Yeah. That's fair. But how's the night go? Or
yeah.
how's the rest of the day go? Or how does breakfast go? Do I get waffles?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
You get burnt toast.
Who cooked it?
You did.
Shit. Gotcha. So I've got a negative in my cooking stat.
No, you just rolled for shit.
Hold on, I haven't rolled. I got 18. Naturally.
Oh, okay.
It's the best
So, like, you
burnt
got-
toast I've ever had.
Yeah, no, it's like you burnt it, but you burnt it in that perfect way where it still tastes amazing.
Yeah, it's like that golden crisp type of burn. It's like, yeah. How do
Yeah,
wait? How
it's
do they cook
great.
this? Wait, none of us have access to fire. Wait. How? How do we do this? Wait, do I? No, I don't. I go ooga booga. I make a campfire.
Ronrick has a tinderbox, so he literally just started a fire.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like starting a fire is not that like unheard of.
But no, you need magic. Magic's the only way.
Yeah. So you would find out though from Elora what
Yeah.
her spells is, because she'd be pretty honest. She's got Druidcraft, Light, Spare the Dying, and Toll of the Dead.
Okay. Yeah, Katsu would let her know in return that he has no spells.
Fair. She would then also let them know that her main spells, because those are her cantrips,
Yeah.
she's got Bane, Bless, Cure Wounds, Guiding Bolt, and Healing Word.
Fair.
So she's more of a support cleric.
Okay.
She's also much more of she will smack people to death with a sickle.
Fair. Honestly, all the power to her. I can't be mad.
Yeah, she's more of a okay, I've got a couple ranged options, but I'd much prefer to handle this personally.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is not a set by and just kind of watch person.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, so she will actively help out in the little ways she can.
I appreciate it. Got a good looking, we got a good cleric.
Yeah, you got a cleric, which is
Yeah.
actually pretty good.
Yeah. Good lady, yay.
Yep.
Oh,
So she's got her art, technically the very limited amount of clothing she's wearing
yeah.
is very heavily modified armor.
Okay.
So it's like she is wearing armor. Like
Yeah.
the clothing she's wearing does provide her armor. It's also she's got like a fold up shield that if like shit gets real bad, she'll use it. But otherwise, it just kind of sits there in her bag.
You know, fair. I get it.
It's one of the.
Yeah.
It's one of those shield that like it like unfurls. So like
Yeah.
it's like a like roll up shield that like fits in like its smaller area.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's the thing of like if she pulls out that shield and it gets hit by like a great axe
Yeah.
or something that's pretty heavy, there's
Yeah.
a shot it breaks. So, yeah,
Fair enough.
but it's there. She's got it. But as you guys would continue onwards through the day,
Yeah.
that night, let's see what happens.
I happen. I come out of the shadows and I fight.
Okay, what happens?
What does actually happen?
Oh. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. So, as Katsu would be sleeping.
Yes, he like kind of like he normally would. Actually, I'm probably gonna regret this. I know I'm probably gonna have to roll this, but he would probably tuck himself. Like, do they have like a crate or like a barrel or something?
They've got. Do they have a barrel? They've got like a barrel like on like the side.
Okay, so he would kind of like using his compactable feet, just kind of like tuck himself into the barrel as like a way of sleeping.
Fair.
Cause like
Fair.
you hit me through the barrel. You hit me through the barrel. I dare you.
Yeah. So as far as anyone can tell, it's a carriage with two people.
Yeah.
As like Ronrick kind of sleeps on the carriage, and good old Mia sleeps like basically where the carriage, like where you would sit to like drive the carriage.
Fair. Can I roll like a stealth check since I've compacted myself into this barrel? I guess also I need to roll a dex check to actually fit myself inside the said barrel, unless it's like easy to get into, I guess.
How big are you?
I am. Let me double check here, but I'm pretty sure Katsu is 4'1".
Okay, so this is like a 4-foot barrel. Like it's 4 feet tall.
Oh, so
Yeah,
he
he fits
in.
He fits into it easy.
Yeah.
He fits into it easily. There's that weird thing of like it's like a normal standard barrel.
Yeah. Okay, so let me roll my stealth here.
But
I forgot about that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, it's a 10, so it's like the ears are kind of like poking out. It's like the thing of like if you're not looking, you probably won't notice him. But it's like if you're obviously looking for someone, and you look at the barrel, you're obviously gonna. The ears become pretty obvious.
Yeah, that's fitting.
Yeah.
But as he'd be sitting there, he would feel, like as he's sleeping, he would feel someone start tugging at his mind.
Okay.
Does he resist in his sleep?
I mean, last time we saw someone. Okay, who? I want to know who's tugging at my mind, so he won't resist because he wants to know who.
Yeah. So he would again feel himself get pulled through fluid.
Oh,
As
God,
he would
it's her again.
re-enter Yavina's domain. Yeah, she's back.
She's back. What do you want? What do you want from me? What are you trying to do this time?
The immediate mistrust.
Are you here to kill me? Just go ahead. Just go ahead, man. It's fine. I want to live. So what's the Eldritch Goddess of Blood and Lust gonna do to me?
Yeah, so she would be sitting there.
Okay.
As is this time she's not like hiding herself so he can actually see her domain before she sees him.
Okay.
Or before he sees her, but now she's just sitting there waiting.
Okay.
Pretty like as she would questions like, so how's it going?
Well, so far so well. I got myself a second person, so we have a caravan, 2 people, and we have 2 bouncers on the side. I think it's going around pretty well.
Wonderful. Well, I figured I should give you this because it might help you.
Okay.
As she would very freely and very willingly hand him an actor's mask.
Actor's mask. Okay. Understood. Actor's mask. Let me look that up. Okay, hold on. Actor's mask. So the actor mask, for those who don't know, this mask seems to show up in the weirdest places. When a failing actor is in need of help, when a young boy needs to charm a pretty girl, and when an orc is trying to tell a joke. They all seem to stumble upon this mask like this. No one knows who makes them, but wherever they appear, trouble always seems to follow. So, this mask allows you to change your voice at will. You can use disguise self at will, and you gain a +2 to charisma. If you roll a nat 1 on your charisma check with the mask on, you are then subjected to the spell Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Dexterity saving throws. Oh, what?
So anything that is the negatives, they are a bit different because of Yavina. Because this is a Yavina-made actor's mask.
Okay. Gotcha, so I won't know what those are. Fair enough.
No.
But I know
But
what
the positives are still the same.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Cool.
So all he knows is that the mask will allow him to change his voice in case he needs to hide his voice, disguise self, and it gives him a +2 to charisma. Also, the mask goes invisible once he puts it on.
Fair enough.
Or like once he attunes to it. Yeah. So once he attunes, it will go invisible.
Cool. Yeah, so he would attune to it and thank her for it. He would just go, well, I didn't expect that. I appreciate it.
Yes.
To be honest, I expected you to kill me.
I have no reason to. You haven't done anything against me. If anything, you've been more interesting than most. So I guess this is. I guess you might put it as I'm trying to win you over.
Well,
But
you definitely did.
there you go. Wonderful.
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, none of the other gods have reached out to me, or given me anything at that matter, so as far as I'm concerned, you're as good as a grape, so.
Wonderful. So, like, he would feel like the most, like, a very, like, warming smile feeling coming from her. Like, he's looking at someone with a very, like, happy expression.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Huh.
That's good. So she's happy because of that.
Yeah. That's good. I don't want her mad at me.
No, you don't. Of anyone, you do not want her, of all people, mad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
As you would gain a actor's mask from Yavina, and then she would allow you to return to your body.
Fair enough. Does this mean that I have gained full access to the Yavina feat?
If he is fully following her now because of the gift then yes, he has full access to it now.
Understood. Because before, for people who may have forgotten, he only had like portions of what the original feat would have given him due to him only like half following her. It was a thing of like he kind of more just considered the business idea type of deal.
Yeah. So essentially, he got like the access to the starter one, which is fine because he was only level 1, so it's the only one he had access to.
Yeah.
But if he hadn't agreed to follow her by the time he got to the next thing, he wouldn't have gained access to it essentially.
Fair enough.
And at that point, it would have been Yavina would have been like, okay, well, start following me, or we're gonna have a few problems.
Yeah. I don't want that. I don't want that.
No, you don't. But yeah, she is pleased that he has 2 people. That's another reason why she was willing to give him something.
Woo.
Because it's a thing of like, he's actually following through on what she wanted him to do, without even being a follower.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
He was tired of working at the rune shop, man. He's taking his shot.
Yeah, he's gonna try.
Gonna try. Whether I succeed, well, whether if I slip and fall and lose it all, that's debatable.
But yeah, as they would continue on, that would be that night encounter, which would be, I think that's day 2. Yeah, that was day 2.
Yes.
As also Alora has taken up the middle room.
Fair enough.
That's where she's sleeping because she is technically a performer. But
Fair
also
enough.
like if things really go bad, she'll like stay like kind of in the doorway of the carriage or stay right outside the doorway of the carriage to essentially protect the carriage.
Fair enough.
So she's more focused on like making sure no one gets to the other performers in case they can't defend themselves. So people like Enola, they have Elora to give them a little bit more protection.
You know, fair. How many days away are we from Matlock, by the way?
This would be day 3, so you guys are 2 days away.
Pog.
As day 3, does this day go swimmingly? Oh yeah, this day goes swimmingly. It's fine. The day and night are both just pretty relaxed. You guys would kind of just learn about Elora.
Yeah.
Because it's that thing of like, we're gonna ask you, it's like more like Ronrick is asking questions.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're not learning. What we're doing is we're interrogating her. Gotcha.
He is phrasing his questions in a way that it sounds like he's investigating a criminal, but he's genuinely just trying to find out who she is as a person.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, roll a persuasion. All right, I'm rolling investigations. My man, that's not the correct. That's not the correct thing.
Katsu that day would just be like shining their gold, like his gold coins. It's just like you're seeing like he has 197. He's just going through each coin whenever he's not driving, just shining it. He's like, okay, that one's clean. That one's clean. Oh, okay, that needs.
Mia would have taken over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mia would have taken over driving for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair.
As
yeah.
Ronrick, as you hear, like Ronrick's like, all right. So what's your family like? Are they dead? Are they alive?
Roderick, you can't just ask that. Roderick, that's not okay.
He's asking. It's a good question.
That's private information, Roderick. Katsu saying that's not me. That is Katsu being like, no, you can't do that.
Fine.
Laura, you can.
It's one of those things like Katsu would know like. His it's that weird thing of his heart's in the right spot because he wants to know if they're dealing with a traumatized person. Like
you just gotta look at Laura and go, I think he's trying to just see if you have any trauma. He's just trying to check if you're gonna need any extra help with anything. Is that what you're getting at, Roderick?
Yes.
Okay.
It's he like you see him like think about saying something. And then because of the reaction he got to the last thing he said, he changes his mind and just says yes. Yeah. So there was probably something else he was gonna say.
Like,
but he just chose not to.
Yeah. He's like, you can ask questions, Roderick, if you want to with Laura and all. It's just try not to pry too much. She's new.
Alright, fine.
Think of it like this, Roderick. How would you like it if someone walked up to you and asked if your family was dead and if you're happy about it?
I'd tell them.
Why?
I didn't ask if she was happy.
But you don't know them.
Roderick's like, I tell them honestly.
Katsu just looks over at Mia like, what do I say?
It's that weird thing of Ronrick would never like cause problems, but talking to a man with 9 charisma is a headache.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's that thing of, for him, in his head, it's completely fine. He doesn't see the problem with it because his charisma is shit. Mia, I want to mention, is like got her head in her hands, and you can't tell if she's crying or laughing or a mixture of both.
God.
Like, she finds that both hysterical and incredibly depressing. It's one of those things like, Ronrick, you are so disconnected from people. You need help.
It's funny. Also,
it's one of those things like, God, no, but also hilarious.
I think, so that actor's mask gives me a +2 to charisma. I don't think it's gonna let me bring my charisma up anymore. I already had a 24.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, it's not going up any. I'm trying.
So I would say just give your like a +2 to like just give yourself like a +1 to like persuasion
Okay.
and like performance. Just give
Okay.
a +1 to both of those.
Fair
So
enough.
it's just like a permanent +1 essentially.
Okay.
That's my way of like, because it's not going to charisma, we'll just move it to performance and persuasion.
Fair enough. I
One
appreciate.
for each.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying. And
I appreciate it. It's more just for those who don't know, we do this on D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond was like, haha, big funny, no, screw you, and flips me off.
yeah, I didn't let that 1 point. I didn't give him a 1 point to deception.
Yeah.
Because deception takes a bit more effort
It does. Yeah.
than like, yeah. It's like you were actively trying to not look like you're lying. Have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But continuing onwards, that day, so Ronrik would find out that Inula poked her head out a window.
Yeah.
Cause she was just like, "I'm sorry, did I just hear someone ask if someone's family had been murdered? What happened? What?" Like she's trying to piece together what the fuck she just heard.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So, I want to. Alora is not offended at all. She thinks it's slightly funny. She can tell Roderick's not trying to be offensive. It's literally just that thing of his charisma is horrible.
Fair.
So she's like, "No, in fact, my family is quite alive and quite happy." So he's like, "Great."
Good.
He's like, you just hear him, like, you hear Ron, like, you can roll perception to hear Ronrik mumble. like, it's a perception for everyone to hear, to see if anyone hears him say this.
19.
Okay, so, and Alora's not getting her bonus, she's just getting her proficiency, or just her straight modifier, no proficiency bonus.
Fair enough.
She's not even proficient in perception. She's weirdly enough got. Why does she have stealth? Why are you proficient in stealth?
I don't know.
Anyways, whatever.
Yeah. Let her sneak. Why are you judging her?
Yeah, with her disadvantage because of her scale mail armor.
That problem.
But continuing.
Yes.
So Katsu would hear it, Mia would hear it, Alora wouldn't.
Fair.
Which is like, it's that funny thing of it was kind of directed at her. So it's like you hear Ronrik mumble to himself like, "Good, you won't be a problem."
Yeah.
Because it's that one thing, if he's sitting there like, if you're a traumatized person, you're gonna cause problems, and I'm not that willing to put up with it. Like, he's gonna have a low tolerance. That's why he was asking, but he went around it in the most direct way, which is not the way you handle it.
That's not the way. So he didn't go around it. He went straight to it.
Yeah, no, I know. That's the thing. Like, he meant to, like, kind of, like, move around it and, like, kind of, like, ask in more of, like, a less direct, more, like, probably find out naturally way. Yeah. Instead, he just asks the fucking question, and he's sitting there like, "Man, I think I might have fucked that up." And
yeah.
If but slightly.
Katsu may only have an intelligence of 13, but even he knows that was a bad one.
Yeah. Ron, it's just his shit charisma. That's just the only reason. It's just his charisma is just so bad.
Fair enough. So,
with his 9 in charisma.
9 in charisma. Oh boy.
Meanwhile, Mia with her 15 and Alora with her 17.
And me with my 24.
Yeah, you don't count. You're not real.
Okay, bye.
Continuing. Alright. Okay. right, listen here, shithead. Oh.
I'm back.
Yeah, I could tell. So, as you guys would continue on, that day would go by, the night would go by.
Alright.
Day 4 is very successful.
Alright.
It's one of those things like, as you guys would be traveling, you guys would know that like between Pathstow and Matlock, very few people actually travel.
Yeah.
So like it's a high shot of not running into anyone.
Yeah.
So running into Alora was actually kind of surprising.
Yeah. That's good at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things like you guys are rolling with like triple advantage to not have an encounter type area. Like there's no one here.
Knowing my luck, I'd somehow get in that one.
You ask and you shall receive.
But okay, yeah, that way. Don't tell me what I get.
I'm kidding. Like, no, it's like you ask, you shall receive an encounter. Here you go, bud.
Oh boy.
So, on day 5, as you guys would be walking to, as you guys would be like, you guys are like turned left to like head towards Matlock.
Yeah.
Which, as you guys would be approaching this like very tiny town,
Yeah.
you guys would see, as like you guys would, as the night would be approaching, and you guys would be like getting to Matlock.
Yeah.
You guys would be setting up camp. The night would be starting to settle in.
Okay.
And you guys would see like a bolt of red lightning come down from the sky and strike on the other side of town.
Okay.
And it is like not moments later, you see a flash of red ascend into the sky.
What?
As you guys would witness a giant moth demon escape into the atmosphere. And so they would watch as apparently something happened in Matlock, and it was a demon summoning. Apparently.
And people don't say things happen here.
It's one of those like Katsu, Mia, Ronrick are just standing there. There's like the thunderclap from the lightning woke anyone who was asleep up.
Just like,
And like they look in the direction, and then they just see a massive bolt of like a massive like winged figure flying to the sky.
So Katsu just like pokes his like head out of the barrel and looks out.
Yeah.
So you see a
And
head.
sees that demon.
Yeah, you see a head poking out of it, like barreling type of deal. It's the thing of like the chin's barely over the barrel as he's like, oh.
Huh.
You know, for a town that isn't lively, that sure is lively. That doesn't seem right. Roderick, that's a bad, right? I'm just double checking. This is not a dream, right?
Laura just kind of looks at this like, that was a moth demon. Oh, the demon core is gonna have some fun. And she goes to bed.
Yeah. I mean,
it's that thing of like genuinely the level 1s are sitting there like, man, I would love to do nothing about that because I would die.
Yeah. I can't fly. Unless I learn to move my tail fast enough. Well, you know what? If this is a dream, and he starts, I gotta get out of the barrel. But if this is a dream, I guess Dex check to get out of the fucking barrel. Okay, yeah. So with my with my 14 to get out of the barrel, it's up to the DM. I probably get out of the barrel. I hope.
What'd you get? At the 17?
14.
Oh, 14. Okay, yeah. So you like climb up, and then like your like left foot gets like caught on the barrel slightly.
Sad.
So like you don't get out of it perfectly, but you're like, I'm out. I'm fine.
Yeah.
No one saw that.
Yeah, no one saw that. It's my dream. Nothing. They didn't see anything. If this is a dream, I can fly. I'm gonna fucking.
Does he jump off the cart?
I'm jumping off the cart.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and spin my tail like Tails from Sonic to try and propel myself like a helicopter.
Okay, so acrobatics.
Okay, great.
I'm letting you do this.
Awesome, awesome. So with my
How much health do you have?
with my 13, I have 12 health.
Okay, I wanted to double check. Okay, so he would jump with confidence. His tail.
Majestically.
Yeah, as dex save.
Oh my God. Okay, well with a natural 3 plus 6, so with my 9, I succeed.
Yeah, so here's what happens.
Okay.
He like spins his tail and he's like, he thinks he's flying for a moment.
Uh-huh.
He thinks.
Yeah.
And then he nosedives face first into the ground. As he takes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not enough.
I want to let you know, this entire time he did all this shit, he's been barely awake. Like, it's that thing, like, you can tell, like, the bags are still under his eyes. He's like, you know, like, the thing that's like, when you first wake up, you don't feel like being awake. You're, like, blinking profusely because your eyes are not ready for the day. Like, he's doing that whole thing.
Yeah, so he takes 6 bludgeoning straight to the nose.
My nose. Sad. I'm gonna have to put a bandage on that.
You'll be fine.
This is my war scar.
My war scar from being an imbecile.
It's like years down the road if Katsu's still alive. It's like, so it's like he's talking to his kids. It's like, so where'd you get that scar from? Well, it's back in the day. First starting my business, and a moth demon was summoned out of the blue. Oh shit, did you fight it, Dad? No. I tried to take after it, but I couldn't catch up to it. I started to fly into the sky, but I plummeted gracefully. But sadly, my nose was shattered upon impact, as I was moving over 100 miles per hour.
He's talking like a 2-year-old. They 100% believe it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, reality would be like just standing there like, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, so anyways, opposite.
Yeah.
So some giant moth demon, yay!
Yeah, so the moth demon existed.
What's the size of that thing?
So that thing takes off.
Yeah.
And it looked like, from just like the sight of it, like you could clearly see it. It was about like 28 feet tall.
Yeah.
And it. Yeah.
28 feet. Also, want to let people know real quick because I actually have the picture of this thing to kind of describe to you what this thing looks like. This thing was basically pitch black with like red detailing bits of like just random areas on the wings, the eyes, on like the legs and body and claws. It's mainly like ovals and circles like on the wing bits. The black kind of outlines the edges of the wings, and then the mid center bits is like red with like some black circles forming around that red bit. With like red lining kind of going around just random bits of this like charcoal gray-esque bits of the arm, but the rest is just charcoal gray and then black. And then red spots on like just the torso and leg where the body's at, and like a red line that goes around like the eye bit.
Yeah, so what it looked like is when it took off, you saw just the red wings like coming out from this creature, as it has like a 30-foot wingspan, essentially. So it's that thing of like, you are near it when it takes off. You are getting pushed back about 15 feet from the wind as it takes off. So that thing took off. You would see like a lot of like really injured people.
Yeah.
Eventually showing up as like, you would see a lot of like demon core people. And it's like that clear sign of defeat. Like, they didn't win. They didn't win this fight. That was a fight they lost, because the demon got out.
Yeah.
So, the demon core was here, like, actively in a fight for, like, the last day, is what they kind of realize.
So, we see them, they're, like, walking into the town, right? I'm guessing?
They
like,
walk in from the opposite side of town, like, pretty battered and bruised. Elora actually would walk over and, like... She'd look at like 2 of the worst and like give them some cure wounds. She does what she can.
Yeah,
she doesn't have a lot.
I was gonna say Katsu was actually gonna offer, like, it's the thing, like, he's not offering services of his business. They can if they want to, but to be honest, what he's gonna do, it's that genuine thing of like, he's gonna try and help out. He actually knows medicine to a degree, so he's going to actually try and help bandage people up that need help. He doesn't have a cure wounds. He's not a magical man, but he does want to help.
Honestly, she actually would do a lot. She would heal for 12 and 11, which is max and almost max.
For level 1, that's not
for like
bad.
2. Yeah, it's the thing of like from a level 1 that's being really helpful. And she's like healing like she can tell she's healing like 2 like level like 13s.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of health for them, but damn, is it helpful?
Yeah.
Because it stops their bleeding.
Fair.
And
by the way,
they would see. Yeah.
That medicine check, I got an 18 plus 3 to whoever I end up helping, but it's there.
Yeah. So he would be helping out like a trident.
Okay.
Who, from what it looks like, his own weapon was snapped and stabbed back into him.
Oh.
So he eventually that the like back end of the rod was just in his gut. Yeah. And he just didn't remove it. Because it's the thing of like the second you pull that out, it's gonna start bleeding.
Yeah.
So it was that thing of like, okay, he had like someone else holding the guy down. And then like he was biting onto something. And then Katsu was there with the cloth, and then someone yanked the rod out. And then Katsu started bandaging him as fast as he could. So it was like 4 people. It was 2 people holding down essentially like a trident barbarian. So it was that thing of this trident wielding like essentially a great a great weapon, and it got broken by somebody.
Ow. Yeah, he would Katsu would have just been like, I know this is gonna hurt.
Trident.
I'm giving you a heads up.
Yeah, you see him bite onto like a leather rope.
Yeah.
And it still he like bites through it. Like that is extremely painful for him. Because that was like that you like Katsu can tell like by the way that guy had to pull it out, like the fighter that pulled it out, that thing was probably stuck onto his rib.
Ooh. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good.
So at least it didn't go between his ribs, but like his gut's gonna be fucked up for a couple days.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they would see like a lot of people. He would see the leader of the of the demon corps. On his wyverns fly off.
Okay.
Meaning he was there, and it's nothing of like they see the 3 wyverns take off, and it's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of really sets in how important that fight was.
Mm-hmm. It's not good. Not good.
No. For anyone wondering, the leader of the Demon Corps, he is a very recognizable person.
Yes.
He is a half tiefling, half koi fish.
May I do the honors of this one? Because this used to be my first ever PC in Acrid's world. Funny enough.
Yep.
So we're going to start off as a Bounty Corps member. He is a 7-foot tall Triton tiefling. And the type of Triton is that he is a koi fish tiefling. So he has this white skin with like the red koi fish patches kind of like around his body. Kind of like he has like that very koi fish tail rather than the tiefling tail. But he has like the tiefling horns. Besides that, he has a lot more of the tiefling traits when it comes to the actual like racial traits. But he has that more physical appearance of a Triton, if that makes sense. And he's just insanely tall. For like a tiefling or a Triton, it's that thing like he's weirdly tall. Not to mention that his tail alone is already 3 feet. So if he goes on all fours and comes sprinting at you on all fours or goes swimming at you at 80 miles per hour base, not even dashing, he is 10 feet long, technically speaking. He wears this very tribal, like black, like coated jacket that is made out of leather. And when I say it's like tribal, it's not the fact of like the stereotypical tribal. It was tribal of his specific people, which his people were killed. There's only like him and 11 other people remaining. But at the time when he went and became a Bounty Corps member, he thought he was the only surviving member. But he has a like black swirling tattoo that is on his right arm, as it was made his vow on the day that his village was destroyed to kill all demons that he found, because there was a demon that destroyed his village, which he ended up tracking down and killing, and then putting his soul into a gem, and basically has been forcing it to work for him now. That dude's name is Axum. Yeah, basically Gallon's just a very tall Triton that will kick your ass. He's a druid summoner.
Yeah, so it's very recognizable, along with his psychic wyvern, his lightning wyvern, and his fire wyvern. Whoa.
Yeah, he's got 3 of those things.
Yeah, he rides the psychic one, which that psychic one he's had for a while, so he doesn't even have to keep its energy flowing from him. It has its own energy at this point.
Yeah, because basically, for those who don't know, in this world, if you have a summon and you like keep it around long enough, it can eventually just kind of like, it basically doesn't have to rely on the magic from your body anymore. It can just full on eventually become its own entity. So, if like, let's say for example, you are using a like summoning tool, but you yourself aren't magical, then it would only be able to last around for that minute, because it's attached to a weapon or a tool or a utility that you're using instead. But for someone like Gallon, for example, he is outright a magical being. He's a druid summoner, so he's kind of able, with his type of subclass, he was able to basically create magical links and have up to 2 summons at a time. And now, because he's a master at it and he's past level 20, he's like, I think it's like 4 he can have at the same time. So like he can have up to like 4 summons like connected to him, magically tethered to him. And he just keeps them around until eventually they either die or they gain their ability to not need him. And then he just puts them to the Demon Core and people can use, and they just get used at the Demon Core then. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty much accurate.
Yep.
As they would be able to see the night go by, most of the people who were there and fought leave pretty early in the morning.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna. He would see. It's that there's like one person he sees out of the group as he's like waking up and sitting there, who like him and his team are leaving. Might be a demon corps, might be someone else.
Yeah.
You don't know, but they were definitely here fighting.
Yeah.
It's very easy to see him. It is a furbog, like a giant.
Yeah.
He's like 9 feet tall.
Yeah. Katsu, do you approach him with the business idea? Like
He's
you
with
guys
a
are rough
team.
up. Okay.
He's with a team.
I mean, we have more than one person.
From what you can tell, from what you that's fair. There's a few like he can tell that that guy's pretty kind of checked out because of the fight.
Fair.
So approaching, it's one of those things. Like the sad thing is, like, yes, there's a lot of people, but asking any of them that were in that fight to stop that demon, as they're all pretty checked out.
Fair enough. So they probably wouldn't even respond.
But he would. He'd probably get like a polite refusal.
Fair enough.
But it's one of the things, like, he's natural insight. I'd like to ask because you're unique, but also no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, but he would be able to see. They would see, as like the day would go on, he would see. How many? What does anyone approach us? Okay, so a couple people. Also, to give you an idea on Matlock, it's not a big town. Matlock's got you look around, you would see that there's like there's only like 2 taverns. He can see like there's only 1 tavern actually.
Okay.
He looks at, he's like, there's 1 tavern. It's called the Hidden Drink. And then you would see a temple to Gaia, which is not all that common, to be honest.
Yeah.
Then you see a blacksmith shop called the Broken Hammer, and a trinket shop called the Glass Eye.
Fair enough.
But that's about it for Matlock. They don't really have a lot.
Yeah.
It is a town of mostly like tabaxis and like Khajiits and the people of that nature.
Well, I have a tabaxi.
Yeah. Okay, so let me see how.
Technically, Katsu's on the menu, but it's that he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, no, he's technically not. Okay, so yeah, you would. It's one of those things that you get more curious people than anything else. Because it's something like, why is there a caravan parked there, like promoting, like I've got a business? Why is there a psychopathic tanuki? What's happening?
Hey, come here. Who's the closest person that comes up to the caravan?
You would see, it is a male Kiji.
Okay. You just go, hey there, welcome. Would you be interested in some business?
Sure.
So,
what's the business?
He's like, well, I decided, I just recently started, so I understand if you do decide to turn it down, because we don't have any ratings as of now. But here's the thing.
You'd be like, I don't have ratings, but I'd like to get some.
Yeah. He would just go, so here's the thing. Basically, I'm a, think of like a tavern, right? A tavern normally has entertainment, you have bars, things like that. While I don't sell alcohols, I sell the entertainment. We're traveling entertainment, you could say.
Interesting.
He would just kind of call out to, to his two dancers, those two being Enola and Alora, and just kind of go, Enola, Alora, we have a possible customer if you want to, show yourselves.
Yes. So, also you guys would have found out from that Elora is a little bit more expensive than Enola.
That's fair.
Enola only charges 10. Okay. Elora charges 12.
Fair.
But let's see, which one are you more interested in? It's more like just pure curiosity than anything else. It's not like genuine ass, like, this is unique, sure.
Yeah.
So, that's fitting. The Khajiit would go for the half tabaxi.
Fair enough. That's fitting.
So she'd take him into the carriage, and then let's see who else. Oh, okay. So this guy's walking up. Got it.
Okay.
Oh. So you would see a guy you see a guy like step out of like the tavern, and he kind of would look over, and it's something of you spot him just because of how unique he looks.
Yeah.
You're looking at like a guy who is shirtless, and he's wearing like black trousers.
Oh.
And he looks pretty human. He's got like black, like kind of long black hair, but his arms and like legs are like charcoal black with like lightning lines crackling down them and turning yellow as they get to his hands and feet.
Huh.
So he's like a half lightning elemental, but he's human. So the god of lightning seemed to look at this guy and go, so I'm gonna fuck with your entire existence.
That's interesting.
So I will send you this guy. It's one of those things like you could definitely recruit the guy if you wanted to, but here he is. If you want to describe him, I feel like I got him pretty good.
You got it pretty well. I guess to kind of give like some extra little texture into the description of this person. He already mentioned the long black hair, and at the ending bits of the hair, it starts to go into more of like a gradient into that yellow because of the lightning that's surging through his body. His hands are purely yellow at this point. It's that thing of like the arm, like the shoulder ball bits of the arm start off like basically pitch black. With random streaks of lightning kind of surge through random areas of it. And then as you get up to the forearm area, it starts to go from this black to charcoal gray to this gradient of like a mustard yellow to then just a like bright yellow. And as for the torso and like the head, it's just normal human, it's like a white human skin. I wouldn't say it's nothing like quote unquote for this world normal. There are dark-skinned people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm clearing that up real fast. That is a thing. Those people are a thing. I'm saying more in normal of the fact of like, it's like this dude is going from pitch black and lightning skin, like yellow, like this like lightning yellow skin, to just normal human skin.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the god of lightning definitely fucked with this guy.
Yeah.
Archon was like, how big funny. And just messed with his existence. It's nothing of like it might further progress through his body, he doesn't look that old,
Fair.
but it's also the thing of like he probably, if he's not careful, and it's also the lightning lines do move
Yeah.
quite actively.
Yeah.
So he probably has like a natural form of like shocking grasp. Like if he
Yeah.
grabs you, you're getting electrocuted.
Fair. That's fair. He would just kind of go, well, hello there. Were you interested in the business?
More curious than anything else, sure.
Well, basically, I'll give you a rundown as I did for the Khajiit. It's pretty simple. We sell an entertainment. We're a traveling entertainment of sorts. We only have one other person that's currently free right now, but it's solo entertainment, I guess you could say. Think of like a bard's, but it's a little bit more of solo dancing.
Fair enough.
If you're interested, you
You've
can take
got
a
my
run.
attention. Sure.
Well,
Might as well.
Well, he's like,
And
the one other dancer
and,
we have right now is Alora, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be interested in me, so.
no, I wouldn't. And I do want to talk to you afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would see Alora kind of poke her head out and see the guy, and just it's something of like the guy had honestly piqued her interest because he's extremely unique.
Yeah.
Because he is a lightning human. It's like,
Yep.
what the fuck are you?
Yeah. That's not a normal
Yeah.
thing.
No, he is. It's something of like you have met a very like either cursed or blessed, quote unquote, person.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
probably follows Archon just because he doesn't have a choice.
Probably.
Archon was like, "I'm your god, and this is not optional."
That's funny, but fair enough.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and roll the performance of the two performers. Oh, of course she rolls a nat. Okay. Yeah, okay. Of course she would.
Yeah.
Cool. So Katsu Katsu would get. It's like 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
The Khajiit would come out.
Yeah.
And he would walk out, and I'm assuming Katsu would talk to him again.
Yeah.
Because Katsu just mentioned something about ratings,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, I need to understand that.
Yeah. So you see Katsu pull out like a pen and paper and just go, "Hey, so I hope everything went well." So what I meant by that rating, bit, right? If you could just like write down like from a scale of 1 to 10 how you felt about it, if she needs to like work on anything, that sort of stuff, it really helped me out. So just so we can improve, because it's new business, we want to make sure people are doing well on what they're doing. You know, normal stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, so she'd get a pretty decent rating from him.
Whoa.
He gives her like a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
It's like a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
It's like, but yeah, no, so she gets a 9 out of 10 from him. So she would give, Katsu would earn 4 gold from her.
Whoa.
Enola does get 6 gold, and which I don't have anywhere to add that. So I know what I'll do with it. I'll know what I'll do. This
Fair.
is gonna be a very backwards ass way of doing it, but I can do this. Yeah, that, and then I have
Go.
this. But yeah, so the way Katsu's thing is working is that Katsu makes like 40% of their money.
Yep. They get the other 60.
Yes, so I'm literally having to run this so I actually remember how much money they have.
Yeah.
I've done a way to fix it, so it'll be good. As it's like a little bit later as like the lightning human would come out,
Okay.
and it's like 5 minutes later because he didn't show up much long after the Khajiit. Is there anyone else that shows up after the Khajiit leaves? You guys are in a small town, so you get another Tabaxi, who it's not even a question. It's not even a question. He sees a Tabaxi person, and he's like, "Ooh, Tabaxi."
Katsu just kind of look over to Inala and go, I think you have another customer.
And it was just like, ooh, tabaxis. And just goes back inside. So yeah, she gets another person. As you would get to talk to the lightning human.
Yes.
So yeah, you get to properly talk to him.
Yeah.
Again.
We love to see it.
Yeah, so he's like, well, I heard a mention of it was good. I liked that. Now, I just wanted to talk to you also, because I was wondering if you had any space for another bouncer. So I am looking for work.
Yeah, we definitely have space for that. I mean, right now we have 2 bouncers and we have 1 person who's kind of doubling as both. And that's myself, of course, and also it'd be good to have another person who can actually help out with the reins when necessary too.
Yes. So you would actually get to meet this guy, and he would give you his name. So you've picked up another bouncer, essentially. You would find out from this guy, as you would meet Hazar Zunan.
Alright, Hazar Zunan.
He's found it difficult to find work. It's that unfortunate bit of that lightning has come in to be a bit difficult on his existence.
Yeah.
Because he has a tendency of electrocuting things if he's not careful. And most people don't want to receive food from a dude with electrical hands. He's found that out, that he can't find a job at most places.
Why not? That's fair. Yeah, Katsu good. We just go, yeah, we're more than happy to have you. Honestly, someone like you we can definitely use, so I'm happy to have you aboard.
Yeah. So you would find out that he is a pretty... It's pretty clear what he is, because he doesn't have any equipment on him. He's a pretty bare bones person. He's a monk.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a monk. But he is a very, his main shtick is grabbing hold of people and then just stunning them.
Hell yeah.
So he just he has a special move where he can essentially electrically surge people.
Hell yeah.
To attempt to stun them. And if they're stunned, they can't do anything.
You gotta love it, man. We love that. Honestly, that's actually pretty chill. Hell yeah.
So he's a very unique person, and he would make a very good bouncer. So he would add to this group, and you would find out that he will not require much food or much of anything, as he's pretty much being a monk. He essentially only he needs to eat half as much as anyone else. It's that weird thing of he's trained his body enough because he actually you kind of find out that he didn't, because of his limited access to money, he had to deal with not having as much food.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, as long as he's with us, he's getting fed as much as everyone else. So
So, for once, he'll get a proper diet. Woo.
Yeah, the guy's getting a proper diet. Katsu would just let him know, you're gonna get properly fed. I'm sorry. We're not putting you on that half diet thing. That's not happening, Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he would mention that if there is a food shortage, which he looks over and sees Ronrick staring at him, he's like, I don't think that'll happen, but if it is to happen, I can exist on a little bit less than everyone else.
Trust me, it won't happen. Between Ronrick hunting and me foraging for random things, I think we'll be good. But I understand.
Wonderful. Yes. It was just a little thing that he figured you should know.
It's good.
Just in case.
Know. Yeah.
Yeah. As it's one of those things he knows it's slightly uncomfortable to know that, but
yeah.
It's definitely fair. It's one of those things it's more. It was important for him to know that you knew that.
Fair. So you just look at Ronrick and go, okay, so you want to ask him your daring question?
Ronrick, charisma check. You rolled a 3 last time.
Go ahead, Ronrick. It's okay. You can say it.
Ronrick just kind of stares at him, just he's like, how bad is your past outside of the lack of food?
Job, Ronrick. Proud of you.
He phrased it better.
Yeah.
You see, Hazir just kind of stand there, look at him. He's like, well, I haven't seen them in a while, to be honest, so I don't know.
That's fair.
That's a very honest response. He was like, when I saw that last I saw them, they were alive, but that was a while ago.
My mom's dead, but my dad's alive. That doesn't matter, though. This Katsu just says that blankly. Just like, it's fine. You'll be good.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, he did, also, you would earn some money from Elora, who kind of would pop out and set it inside, Katsu's barrel, because that's essentially where they're just gonna drop the money.
Right.
So he gets to jump in there and find gold.
Yay.
So he would get 9 gold from Elora.
Damn. I'm rich.
As
There.
Hazir, as he, while he does not care much for himself, he does give to others as best he can.
What happened with Hazir? Because you were breaking up a little bit.
So it's that weird thing of Elora got a really good roll.
Yeah.
So Hazir gave her an 11 out of 10, and he gave her a max.
Okay,
10.
gotcha. Fair.
But there's also that thing of she needed to get a good roll against him because he is a unique person. It was actually a pretty good DC she had to meet for him.
Fair.
He's like your first like properly unique person.
Yeah.
You would run across. As like, so for everyone wondering how the rating, like the numbering system works for most people.
Yeah.
Like your Tabaxis, your Khajiits, like those two that were in, they didn't have a super high DC because they were essentially commoners.
Yeah.
But you have someone like Hazir, who's a bit more. He's a bit more unique than the average person. So
Yeah,
he actually had a proper DC they would need to meet, which,
Fair.
because natural 20,
She nailed it.
Elora kind of steamrolled it.
Yeah.
Which it was that thing of she had a very real shot of failing it, because he had a DC of like 20, I think it was like a DC 20. So she actually needed to roll like a 15 or higher.
Damn. Fair enough, though.
And then she was just like, fine, I'll reach it naturally. Just spitefully, like, fine. I'll get my 30. Like, you deal with my 30.
Fair.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hazir would join and he would kind of hop up pretty, like, easily onto the carriage. And just kind of sit cross-legged on the back of the carriage. Just kind of opposite from Ronrick.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you guys would have Hazir Zunin join the party. I will get to make his sheet, as you guys now have a pretty substantial team.
We're getting stacked.
Yeah, you guys have essentially picked up a full team now. Y'all just need essentially like one more performer, and then y'all will be good. Which, I didn't expect Hazir to like show up that fast. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It was a possible encounter.
Yeah. The dice said, "Come here."
The dice were like, "So hear me out. We're gonna stack him right off the bat." And I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
sure."
This is somehow this feels like a foreshadowing that I'm gonna die. Someone's gonna die.
It's entirely likely because you guys are all level 1.
The dice are pitting against us.
The dice are stacking you now. Problem, they stacked you in the area where there's literally no one.
Yep.
So that can only bode well.
Yeah, only, yes. It's definitely not the dice plotting against me in my every movement. Not at all. Not at all.
No.
But
no.
if I do understand correctly, that is probably where we will be ending off for today.
Yes, that is actually a great stopping point, because that is where, like, you guys didn't get a bunch of customers. It's like you guys got 3, which for a town that has like 200 like 300 people, and just had a demon released from it.
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
3 people is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it meant, if that whole demon thing hadn't like happened, maybe we could have had some more customers. I mean, Demon Core.
Maybe I would have gotten like maybe 5.
Yeah, like Demon Core.
Like Demon Core, just be better.
Yeah, just like be
Just
better.
be better.
Like honestly, if you could just not fail at your job, like we pay you for a reason with our tax money, I appreciate that.
No, they don't. They-
I know. Anyway, thank you all for
The
watching.
fuck they do.
Yeah. So
Don't shush me.
either way, for the people watching, thank you for sticking around for this podcast. You can find me on YouTube at Nitsify, Twitch at Nitsify, Twitter at The Real Nitsify, because someone stole my tag. Fuck you, person. I know who you are. I don't. And you also find me on the Instagram, which is Nitsify, because someone also took Nitsify on there for some reason. So it's just Nitsify, but with the UWU at the end. It got real creative there.
Yeah.
And Acrid has no socials.
You can find me on Twitch. It's Sir Acrid.
Yeah, he doesn't stream. He just watches, but he's here.
Yep.
Yeah,
I streamed once months ago
yeah.
for 5 seconds because I misclicked the button.
Yeah, maybe one day he'll stream. Who knows? But for now,
Maybe.
yeah. But for now,
For now.
as the monks
No.
would say, hi and bye. All right, go away.
Goodbye.
Bye.